Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about K-pop songs that were released in 2020 that I think have already aged badly. There are lots of songs out there where you'll like them at first, but as time goes on, you notice more and more things that you don't really love about them. And sadly for me, that's already happened with a bunch of songs that were released this year. I really don't go out of my way to search for reasons to not enjoy songs that I already like, but it is something that kind of just happens naturally as I listen to a song more and more, so I thought it would be fun to share some of those songs with you. Before we start, there are two things that I want to do. The first is thank all of our newest channel members, Kelsey, Gav, and Adifa N. And second, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Fashion CHINGU. Fashion CHINGU is an online clothing store that recreates the fashion of both our favorite K-pop idols and K-drama actors, with clothes and accessories that look exactly like things our favorite K-pop groups have worn. There is absolutely no way you won't be able to find something that you'll enjoy. From the fierce clothes that I.DLE wore during Tomboy to the softer style of groups such as Astro, Fashion CHINGU offers it all at an affordable price, with free shipping worldwide for orders over $60. If you're searching for something to spice up your wardrobe, you don't need to look any further than the links in the pinned comment and description box below. So check it out now and go get yourself some new clothes. Thank you so much Fashion CHINGU for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's get into song number 1. I think that every time I listen to Bop Bop, I like it a little bit less than I did the time before. Besides Eunha, a lot of the time when the members are singing in this song, it sounds like they're being really timid, almost as if they're scared that their voices are gonna crack. And since this is a pretty upbeat song that's supposed to boost your energy, since I feel like the vocals lack a lot of confidence, Bop Bop isn't quite as mood boosting as I wish it was. I think I've said this before on this channel, but the second verse after the first chorus that's like a little bit of a talk rap section feels really poorly written and is another example of whoever wrote the vocal lines of this song kind of not using the girls' talents to their full potential, because we know none of VIVIZ are rappers. Another gripe that I have with Bop Bop is that my favorite part of the song is like the first 15 seconds. The instrumental that's in the beginning alone is so cool, but sadly it's not really seen anywhere else in the song. And since my favorite part is in the first 15 seconds, after those 15 seconds have gone by, I don't have much incentive to listen to the rest of it. Overall, while at first I thought that Bop Bop was just a cute little fun song for the spring, as time's gone by, the song feels a lot more flawed than I initially thought it was, and nowadays I have little to no desire to listen to the track in full. To be honest, I was never the biggest enjoyer of WADADA. At best, I thought it was decent, but now I kind of think that it's substandard, especially for a debut. I do think that WADADA had great potential to be an amazing debut, but unfortunately, where it falls flat for me the most is the writing. From the counting down in English and Dayeon's opening rap that is so completely overdone in K-pop, I swear like 90% of groups have done this before in their discographies, to the unnecessary callback to Girls Planet with the OOs and the post-chorus, to the nonsensical and almost bizarre lyrics with the WADADA and the supersonic and whatever they're saying in the chorus. In my opinion, the writing of WADADA does not make sense at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can excuse corny lyrics in K-pop most of the time, but where I personally draw the line is when the lyrics feel like they actively go out of their way to make the song worse than it could be. And that's how I feel about WADADA. It feels like everything that the girls are saying in WADADA lacks a sense of rhythm, and most of the time the lyrics aren't rhyming either, which makes it even more surprising to me that this song went so viral, considering that I don't think there's anything super catchy in WADADA that the internet could really grab onto. So when the chorus became this huge new trend on TikTok, it felt more like a meme than anything, and not something that people were recreating because they actually liked it. To me, it felt more like just a funny little joke. I'm not gonna go too much further because I feel like I'm being way too harsh, so let me just wrap this section up by saying that I personally really do not enjoy the lyrics of WADADA, but if you do, then that's totally fine.
Scratch that, bring it back.
Next up we have Glitch Mode by NCT Dream, and I know that a lot of people like Glitch Mode more than Beatbox, but personally I'm the other way around. At first I thought that Glitch Mode was another super cool experimental song from NCT, but as time went by it became harder and harder to enjoy it. I feel like for a good portion of Glitch Mode it feels like the members are just shouting at you in places where they don't need to be shouty. Some instances of this that come to mind are the raps in the second verse and all of the things that they say during the dance break, like the light speed, bass drop, robot blast, start off, whatever, you know what I mean. I think whoever produced Glitch Mode had certain parts of the song where they wanted it to be a lot more intense, and you can hear that with how the instrumental will build in certain sections, and it feels like for the more intense sections of the song, the producers thought it would be appropriate to make the members get louder and just like, you know, shout, which feels like a bit of a cop-out to me. Regarding the dance break specifically, that section of the song has a really cool like rock guitar, and I feel like in that section, instead of just having the members yell, it could have been cooler if they did some really nice high note ad-libs, in true rock singer fashion. Like, I can just imagine Haechan belting over those crazy riffs, it would be jaw-dropping, but unfortunately that's not what happened. I also mentioned earlier that I don't like all of the rapping in the second verse, and I mean Glitch Mode is an experimental song, and considering boy groups already rap so much, it doesn't seem that experimental to have a full verse that's composed of a rap where it feels like any other boy group could also release that in 2020. Generally, I do still think that Glitch Mode has a lot of nice parts to it, but the song doesn't feel as special as it did when it was first released, and that's why I think it's aged badly. Next up, we have Treasure's Jikjin, and this one's kind of funny because I remember when it first dropped, I saw all the people hating on it and made a community post saying that I enjoyed it to try and like defend the song. But now I kind of look like the fool because I don't even like it anymore. I have a problem with these spoken word choruses that feel like they're just trying to get a soundbite to go viral, and that's definitely what I think the whole like ooh 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 thing is in Jikjin. It's something super easy to latch onto and remember, so it'll totally grab people's attention, and that's what happened to me. I heard that part and I thought it was catchy, so then my mind went, oh yeah, Jikjin, it's a fun little song. And it is still catchy, that's a statement that holds up even today. But just because a song is catchy doesn't mean that it has the most replayability. The more I listened to Jikjin, the more it felt like a song where the singers are trying their best to look badass, but in the end they only look kinda corny. One of the rappers, the one with the deep voice, I don't know his name, has one of those voices where it sounds like they're trying to force a deep voice when they don't actually have one, and they're trying to be intimidating, but it's hard to take them seriously when it sounds like they're struggling to sound that deep. There is one redeemable part about Jikjin. I really do love the pre-chorus, and usually for Treasure songs I also like the bridge, but for some reason I don't like Jikjin's bridge, so currently I only like one part of this song, and that's definitely not enough for me to want to go back and listen to it. Like probably most of you, I like Darari way more than Jikjin, and since in my eyes Treasure fit those kind of concepts way more, I think they should stick to those exclusively, because when they do songs like Jikjin, those songs end up feeling a little bit awkward, and I don't think Treasure and hard-hitting concepts like that really go together. Next up, we have Red Velvet's Feel My Rhythm. At one point, I literally said that Feel My Rhythm was my favorite song of the year, but now it's not even in my top 30 title tracks of 2022. Now, don't misinterpret me because it's still good, but it's just not the best thing I've ever heard. And not only is it not one of the best songs of 2022, it's also not one of Red Velvet's best songs either. I still prefer Bad Boy, Russian Roulette, and even other classics like Power Up more than Feel My Rhythm. As time passed by, things like the weak raps and lack of variation in the instrumental became a lot harder to ignore, and soon they became the first things that I thought of when I heard the words Feel My Rhythm. I don't think I need to say too much about the raps. We all know that raps in Red Velvet songs are usually the worst parts of them, but as for the instrumental, hear me out, I love the idea of using orchestra-based instrumentals in K-pop songs, but if you listen to it closely, it feels like we're hearing the same exact string instrument throughout the entire 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, come on, an orchestra is not just one violin or not just one cello. There's a lot of variation in orchestra because there are all these different instruments that are playing at the same time, but in Feel My Rhythm, we're getting the same string instrument throughout the entire track. And sure, it's nice to hear for a few plays, but after a while, it honestly gets grating on the ears. I'm pretty sure the only section of Feel My Rhythm where the string instrument that's introduced in the first 2 seconds isn't in the song is the first verse, and after that, you don't get a single break from it. So because of that, Feel My Rhythm got old pretty fast. I'll still listen to it every once in a while because it's not a bad song, but if I listen to it too much, it becomes annoying. And that's a pretty telltale sign of a song that's aged badly. So for the final section of this video, we have our channel members choice, where people who either click the link in the description or press the join button down below and decided to become a channel member get to recommend and vote on what song I talk about for the final section of this video. So if you want to influence what I talk about in my content in the future, consider becoming a member. And if you do, you'll also get access to our exclusive Discord server. And without further ado, the channel members choice for this video was
It's me or the PS5. Tell me how you wanna spend your night.
PS5 was definitely cute for like the first month of its release, but as that sort of honeymoon period came to an end, I realized that it feels pretty outdated. It has a purely electronic chorus, something that was super popular during the mid and early 2010s, and it's not inherently a bad thing to gain inspiration from the past, but I do think that compared to a lot of iconic songs from that era, the chorus of PS5 feels a little bit lackluster. I mean, it's like 10 seconds long and it doesn't really go anywhere, and considering the most memorable part is the pre-chorus, the actual chorus almost doesn't feel like one at all. I know a lot of people don't like the autotune on the TXT members in this song, but I don't really mind it because I feel like it matches the vibe. The only problem that I have with PS5 is that it feels like a B-side off a 2010 indie singer's album. It feels like a song that you're not really supposed to remember, which doesn't feel fit for such a popular K-pop group's, I want to say, first collaboration with a Western singer, but I might be wrong on that, correct me if I am. Personally, I just think if you're going to collaborate with TXT, then you should probably give them a better track to work with, because I don't think PS5 did them justice, but that's just how I feel. And that concludes this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, and if you want to see more of my content, consider subscribing. Before we leave, I'd like to thank all of our channel members. There's now almost 40 of you, thank you all so much. Thank you Sonorinth, Opichin ITZY, Zhujuman, Wu Twice Tease, Dog, Sand Lover, Kyukun Love, What's OP, Zeus112, Flo099, Goyangzi, Jackie, AB, ZVH, Che, Ray, Wu Youngie, Ian Latte, Jed, Mares, Navi Slay, Soda Scribbles TikTok, Minacor, Alex Toro, WJSN Enjoyer, I.O.I, 97th Heaven, Julia, Adrian Wang, Elizabeth Allinger, Shiny, Mail T, Mizu Malnorovie, Sunny, Cassie, Leonie, Frago Bobo, Kelsey, Gav, Adifa N, and Irene. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Once again, thank you all for watching, and without further ado, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.